deep within the heart of an ancient and unforgiving jungle where the shadows seemed to stretch endlessly and the cries of unknown creatures pierced the night, a lone traveler found themselves in a desperate and terrifying situation. Sarah, a young woman with an adventurous spirit, had embarked on a journey to explore the mysteries of the untouched wilderness. Armed with her trusty jeep and a map that barely marked the untamed paths, she ventured further into the darkness. As the night settled in, the dense foliage closed in around her, the jungle's clammy breath wrapping itself around her senses. The headlights of her jeep sliced through the inky blackness, revealing glimpses of twisted trees and enigmatic undergrowth. The path grew narrower, the jungle seemingly unwilling to let her pass, as if warning her of the danger that lay ahead. Hours passed, and with each passing moment, Sarah's unease grew. The rhythmic hum of the engine was a fragile thread connecting her to civilization, but that thread was about to snap. A series of unfortunate events had drained her gas tank faster than she had anticipated, and the ominous red light on her dashboard blinked a dire warning. Sarah's heart pounded, and she swallowed hard, trying to dispel the rising sense of panic. She knew she had to find a way out, a refuge from the encroaching night. With trembling hands, she grabbed her flashlight, took a deep breath, and stepped out of the jeep. The thick, moist air clung to her skin, and the rustling of leaves sounded like whispers in her ear. Guided by the feeble beam of light, Sarah stumbled through the undergrowth, her senses on high alert. Shapes seemed to materialize and disappear in the shadows, and an eerie feeling of being watched crawled up her spine. Every snapped twig and distant growl sent shivers down her back. Her flashlight flickered, casting unpredictable shadows that played tricks on her mind. It became increasingly difficult to distinguish reality from the imagined horrors that the jungle conjured. The distant howls of creatures morphed into the wails of tormented souls, and the rustling leaves seemed like skeletal fingers reaching out to grab her. Exhausted and terrified, Sarah's steps faltered, and she collapsed to her knees. Tears mixed with sweat as her breath came in ragged gasps. The jungle seemed to close in on her, a living entity that fed off her fear. And then from the darkness emerged a chilling whisper, a voice that seemed to come from all directions at once. Lost soul, it hissed, you ventured where you do not belong. Sarah's heart raced as she looked around, her flashlight's beam dancing wildly. Who's there? She stammered, her voice quivering. A figure materialized in front of her, a grotesque amalgamation of twisted vines and decaying leaves. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, fixated on her with an inscrutable hunger. You've trespassed into the realm of the forgotten, the figure intoned, its voice like a chorus of anguished spirits. A price must be paid for your intrusion. Sarah's mind screamed at her to run, but her body refused to obey. The figure advanced slowly, its unnatural limbs stretching and contorting with each step. She was trapped, surrounded by the suffocating embrace of the jungle. Just as the figure was about to reach her, a distant rumble echoed through the air. A flicker of hope ignited within Sarah's chest as the sound grew louder. And then, like a beacon of salvation, a group of headlights pierced through the darkness, sweeping over the scene. A rescue party had been sent by her worried friends, and the figure retreated into the shadows, its form dissipating like mist. Sarah was saved, pulled from the clutches of the jungle's malevolent grasp. As they drove away from that cursed place, the jungle seemed to whisper its secrets to the wind, a haunting melody that would forever remain etched in Sarah's memory. The horrors of that night would forever serve as a reminder of the untamed forces that lay hidden within the heart of the jungle, waiting for those who dared to cross their path after the sun had set.